Guys, so when we are basically trying to find more power for all these computational purposes, the problem is pollution, okay? There's a lot of pollution. Even if you had it, you're generating a lot of pollution, which is not green, which is not good on the world. Shame on you. Skyline of Kuala Lumpur today. Look at all that smog and haze, guys. This is really polluting the world. So what we need to do is something that's introduced by GAIMIN today, which is let's share the resources. Let's share the resources that you don't use for additional computational power, which the pool and everyone needs. Hello guys, and here's another review of GAIMIN, okay? This is Shukri Hamid, the sensei here, and this is a very innovative company. I mean, if you are a gamer, consider this your day, okay? Because the way that GAIMIN is doing this is actually very, very innovative. They've already said here, you know, they're really changing the game, and really changing the game big time for gamers. Well, we all know that the sector for gaming is very, very big. It's growing very fast. In fact, the rewards for gaming, you know, esports actually rival those rewards for the professional, you know, tennis players, golf players, and all that. There's certainly a lot of hype here in terms of gaming, especially the processing power. The use case is, of course, very interesting through esports and all. And when you look at the roadmap, then you can see that this is a very, very exciting project because it's just a big business. And in line with that, GAIMIN, okay, which is changing the game, has a target of going towards the 1 billion valuation. And they're going to do this through harnessing of 1.3 billion. Yes, you heard it right. 1.3 billion gaming PCs, you know, and they're going to make it easier for you by making sure that you guys, okay, if you guys are gamers, you can actually earn money, you know, just by renting out the capacity of your gaming PCs onto the grid. And this is something that is really, really super. So really, you know, when we talk about GAIMIN and gaming, it all boils down to a computational power. Okay? So we were touching about computational power just now, and I think the problem has to do more than just buying more computers. Okay, shrinking transistors have powered 50 years of advances, but now other ways must be found to make it more capable. And I think that's really the issue now, the fact that, you know, things have really come to a limit now. And you got to find new solutions in order to make it really, really work. So here you see, you know, the demand for silicon has really gone up. This is what powered the computer era. And now that, you know, you have like machine learning and all that, you know, new companies such like NVIDIA and also AI companies, it's surely that, you know, the demands will go up the roof. But it's not only that, you know, and it's going to be harder to get all those chips because Intel and Microsoft are going to gobble all the bigger chips. And Microsoft is the one that said that there's not going to be enough CP or computational power in the future. So here's another article that discusses the economics of things, the fact that it's getting smaller and smaller, and there's a limit, okay? There's a limit to how small the transistors can get. Computationally powerful the network becomes because as you fit more transistors. So when you reach that limit, it breaks down. Okay, it's Moore's law breaking down, and you have here, you see, you have the electrical leakage issue. They've gotten so small, so they generate heat, which can wear out transistors more quickly, making them more even susceptible to leaking. And this is the problem, okay, because now you really need a way to really cool this these computers very, very efficiently, and you can't really do that, okay? So bring in less revenue, devote more R&D, which is more expensive. So not a lot of them are really doing a lot of research to making these transistors even more efficient because they've reached the limit. And of course, when there are so many computers, guess what? The cost of cooling a server room is getting more and more untenable for many businesses, and this is the problem. And you can see now that you know, all the mining companies, you know, the cryptocurrency mining companies, where do they have their facilities? They have their facilities in countries like what? Iceland, yeah, Iceland, where it's cold, Norway, and all of that, and also in other cold countries. So know that now really the problem is this lack of computational power. And this lack of computational power was mentioned none other than the CEO of Microsoft himself. Okay, so this is really going to be the big challenge for everyone. It's all about economics now. So if the Moore's law doesn't apply, how do you increase computing power? How do we get the computing power for mining, for cryptocurrency, and rendering CGI? Well, GAIMIN has come up with the perfect solution, in my opinion. What they do is they start pooling stuff. Okay, they start pooling all these gaming PCs all together. Okay, so you basically contribute your computing power to the grid, and then you get paid. And then this grid now is now used to generate the computing power for mining cryptocurrency and rendering CGI. And this is such a beautiful, beautiful solution, because you know you're not going to use your computer power all the time, right? So this is done through the pooling of 1.3 billion gaming PCs worth over 2 billion pounds. Okay, and that's 2 billion pounds now is what, 2.4 billion US dollars. And gamers don't need to do anything. They can earn GMRX, which is the token for GAIMIN. So the important point here, and they got a nice way of really saying it, which I like. Okay, keep the gaming PC on the grid here, and you're going to generate passive income. That is something that I find extremely catchy. So let's go to the website of GAIMIN. This is a very nice website here, you know, home, about, roadmap, team, token, documents. It's all here. And I like this blog because it has the latest information. The world is really running out of computing power, and GAIMIN is using it's a very innovative solution to overcome this. And they really define everything here. You know, the problem, the world needs more processing power. The solution, global gaming community, represents a high GPU data processing capacity, mainly now dormant because you off your computer, right? And then the ground floor investment to basically the solution to solve the massive problem of the global problem of insufficient data processing power. So it's really all here. And what they intend to do is really to launch this as one of the most innovative solutions ever. And because it's innovative, they also target a very high valuation here. Look at this, 1.3 billion gaming PCs, which is a lot of gaming PCs. Okay, and you know, when you look at all of this, you can look at the documents here. This is where you can find basically the white paper, the one-page overview, the white paper, the pitch deck. It's already there. They have a very nice pitch deck that is put there. And one of the important factors here is actually the team. I really like the team here because I think they have the act together. It's a very strong team. You can see the main guys here: Martin Spite, Andrew Ferradini, Robert Vishaik, and they all have like 28 years, 18 years, 30 years worth of experience. And this is really superb because, you know, when you do something innovative, you want something steady, right? And you have here the CPO, COO, CTO. Now, the important thing that I like about this team is, look, you can all go to their LinkedIn profile, which is something that you do not see in all the other ICOs, right? Everyone has a LinkedIn profile there, even the corporate here. And that's very important because if you don't have your LinkedIn profile, yeah, even the ambassadors have it. How are we going to check on your team and the strength of your team? So this is something good, a really good move from GAIMIN here to reveal all this. And the other thing that I like here is really about the blog here. Now, in the blog here, I find very relevant and very new information. For example, here you can see how GAIMIN is going to Asia, and is going to Asia and targeting the Asian people. And when they do this, this is when GAIMIN can actually cater to the risk appetite of Asians, and that's where really the opportunities are. And this is a good plan, okay? Because what they're going to do here, look, they are hurdled toward an IEO on Asian markets. So instead of an ICO, it's going to be an IEO, which is an initial exchange offering, which means that an exchange will go through the DD process for GAIMIN. And this is very good because if you want to be big, to me, it's very simple. You either have to be an STO, which is very expensive. This is a security token offering, or you be an IEO. And these are some very good articles on this. And I'm sure that through all this information, they will get a legion of raving fans. So here's the conclusion. For me, Garmin is really something like a blue chip, you know, really with a goal, a standard team, and this really increases the probability of them reaching this targeted 1 billion valuation, you know, with the 1.3 billion PCs and putting it all together, stringing it all together in a big network. So the strength of this team that I find the most clear is that the founders here have been together for like 15 years. They've known each other. So in that period, I'm sure that there's a lot of trust that has been developed among these founders, because, you know, the main risk for startups is that the founders fight each other. But these guys have trust, okay, because they've been together for 15 years. So that gives them a chance of really getting this right. And that's why I think they are really going to be the Uber, you know, being the Uber of this gaming industry, to provide computational power. And of course, we saw just now that in the blog, they're going to get planning to get asymmetric rewards by pivoting to Asia. So this will definitely whet Asia's appetite. And for that, I think that this will probably be a very big success.